Hi there. Welcome to the malware. My name is Matt, and let's talk about some great things again, shall we? That's the Rings of Power, episode 4. Isn't that exciting? Episode 4, we're already halfway through, guys. We're here. That's so exciting. I love this show so much. Oh, man. Well, let's get into it, shall we? Actually, I'm gonna go back to this. Well, you know what? I'll stick to this one. I'll stick to this one for this episode. Testing some new things out. So if I didn't really like what happened last episode talking about people's storylines throughout. I missed a couple things because of that. So instead, we're gonna go front to back through the episode again, like the first two reviews, and we're gonna put myself in the corner now. I'm gonna put baby in the corner instead of putting me on the side and keeping the whole thing kind of full screen like this. Okay. So after 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which you can't see in the bottom left here, the Rings of Power. So already 3 minutes of my life is gone. We, because that's recap. And once again, the recap is dumb. It's not necessary for a streaming show like this. Cut it out. We open with the Queen of Numenor, the Queen Regent. I still don't remember her name. There's nothing happening in the show. It's so slow. And yet, I still can't remember their names. The hell's up with that? She takes this baby. Oh, blessed be the babies and oh yeah, sometimes the city just needs to stretch a little. As the whole place is rumbling and things are falling over and the whole island's rumbling. She's out there staring, just takes this baby with her. This mother should be fucking pissed. Where are you going, my baby? As the whole world is like crumbling down and all this water's coming in. That mother should be like, give me my fucking baby. Has any of the showrunners seen a mother before? Apparently not. I know the mother of my child would be like, get the fuck back here with my baby. But I digress. Turns out it was just a dream. Great way to open the episode. So it was just a dream, and now we've got not so subtle. They took her germs. They took her. Not so subtle at all. Reference to American politics, which is just fantastic. Gotta love it. Gotta love to see it. They took her. And so this gentleman here, I forget his name, starts with a P, I think. He's, pretty well acted. I'll give him that. I think this kid here, who's also another, he's okay. He's fine. It's clearly like he's into Elendil's daughter. Aonir or somewhat, whatever her name is. It's again, we're a couple minutes in here. This dude just quells a riot, essentially, showing how good of a statesman he is. Ooh, good job, man. You're so good at being a statesman. Whatever. I promise the elf is not going to cause all the problems. As we find out later in the episode. Galadriel, if I could fucking roll my R's right, talks to the queen, and she's like, I'm better than you. And the queen's like, no, I'm better than you. Elendil makes a little joke. Men can't make jokes. That wasn't funny. I mean, it wasn't really, but I'm just gonna look over. Oh, how dare you make a joke in front of me? I wonder if I can even... That might be the friggin' thumbnail here. That's the thumbnail. I'm grabbing that now, sorry. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Side-eye. Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny, Elendil. Anyway. They talk about, oh, I actually need your armies. Because I don't have any of my own, because I'm Galadriel. With the face of a monster. And that's the only face I got. Good old RBF. She's got two faces. And that's a stretch. Because one of them's just exaggerated. RBF, and you know what that means. Resting face. I don't know to what extent I'll get canceled if I say that about her. And then she's got angry face, which is just RBF. But it would not be quelled. She makes fun of the queen basically. And is like, hey, the king's still alive, so F you. And thus Galadriel gets put in prison. Halbrand makes it funny. He's so funny. Isildur, I guess we're finding out what his deal is. I don't understand. He messes up by thinking about going west, whatever that means. We don't have any context for any of this. Where his brother went, as we find out later in the episode. And he slips up on the rope, causing all three of these boys to get... Which... This is like if I was Seafaring. This dude right here. Yeah. Jesus Christ. These two fellows both get disbarred as well, as they're in the middle of the sea. I've seen you do it many times before. It was deliberate, so you're disbarred from being a sailor. Oh well, we gotta get back to shore now, so why don't you take back up the ropes and bring us back to shore. Like, you talk about it when you get back. If this is all like a training exercise, you talk about it when you get back. No, you're disbarred. Or whatever the fucking term is, this genius. And so, we get some emotion from this guy, which is totally fair. Hey, you fucked up? So I get in trouble? Great. Thanks, bro. You fucked up your whole life. And so I get fucking blamed. Cool. I don't hate him. It's a pretty good character. I don't know his name. And then we go over to ARONDIR. ARONDIR. Adirondack. We finally see Adar from the episode Adar in not his episode. We watch as this this poor orc. They're really, bless their hearts, they're very sweet creatures. We have to see them, you know, mercy killed. Bless their hearts. They're such sweet characters. That's the face only a mother could love. But we need to have Adar come in and kill him. And that's basically what we got. That's the scene. And now we have our little conversation between ARONDIR and ADAR. They talk in Quenya. Is that Elvish? I don't know what Quenya is. And why does he know it? Why don't you just say Elvish? What are these subtitles? Does anyone know what Quenya is? They chat for a bit. They show off the warg. The ugly ass warg. And I have much anger and have many faces. And they imply something with this interaction. And we'll find the payoff in a minute with that. I'll get to the payoff of that implication. We go to Bronwyn. Can't believe I remember her name because she was gone in the last episode. They say Theo's name, the kid's name, more than they say her name. And I'm very confused because I do have my notes here. Actually, just gotta scroll. Is she the leader or is like the dude the leader? This guy. Is this guy the leader or is she the leader? Can anyone answer that? It seems very implied that it's him, but they all listen to her. Because strong women. And like the only pretty person in the entire fucking village. Let alone just the only person you could willingly look at. This guy, he's got fucking rolls and stubble and looks like shite. This guy, stubble, dirt all over him, looks like shite, but she knows how to clean her face. Jesus fucking Christ. This kid sucks. It's hard to get good kid actors nowadays. But man, does he fucking suck. God. So him and his little homeboy, they go back to the original village to look for food because, heaven forbid, we're in a land that's supposed to be, like, we're living here, but we're only farming, we're not, like, hunting too. So, I don't get it. And they didn't bring any of this food with them either. They just up and left. They find a wheelbarrow and load it up with food. So nobody could have taken this food with them? From the village? When you're going to stay somewhere else. No one brings the food with them. What is wrong with these people? No wonder they got captured I mean, not captured, but they infiltrated so easily. Dumbasses. We get some interesting imagery. Dude goes into the tavern basically to get a bag of rice. Yay, you got a bag of rice. Granted, rice will go a long way. I'll give him that. But stick to the food you got. Get the fuck home, kid. And stop scooping the rice off of the floor. The sun goes down. And we're killing. Yeah, the sun goes down. I'm gonna stop that right now. And he hides in the well. So we've got orcs all over this place now because the sun's down. And he's hiding hanging onto the walls of the well and this little root. It's a conveniently placed root. And the water's like right below him, so it's so easy to just get in the water. The orcs look around. They're like, oh, he has the sword, because they find him, and he uses the sword to defend himself. So they've been looking for this sword the whole time, for a while now? That'll get importantly in a couple minutes here. He's hiding in the well. The orc above him grabs the bucket that's full of water and drinks from it, splashing water all over this kid's face, and then just drops the bucket into the well. Hits him, he makes a noise. Hang on. I gotcha. Lol JK. I just splashed out of the well. Somehow he went down silently, which is kind of not... That's the hard part. And in multiple senses, look, this water is still. It's still. Even the bucket hitting it would keep the water reverberating back and forth. But no, this is still. And there's a kid hiding under the water. Sure, he knows what he's doing. And he's holding his breath. He's not blowing out. This is so retarded. It's so dumb. So from the scene, Theo, terrified out of his mind, we get Days of Our Lives. Celebrimbor doesn't say a word for like 3 minutes. He's just staring into Elrond's beautiful eyes. They're fucking. The two of them. Jesus Christ. I hate Celebrimbor a lot. I hate this character a lot. They chat about finding where Durin is. Elrond is looking for Durin as well, and Disa is like, I don't know where he is. What are you talking about? All the while, the kids, what you talk about, Elrond? That's bad. Terrible. Terrible. Hey, they wanted a dwarf of color. Why can't I reference shows? Am I not allowed to? The kids are playing games in the background, singing a song or some BS. Oh, he's mining quartz today at the quartz chasm. Sure he is. He's just mining quartz. He didn't bring any of his tools. He's just mining quartz. Elrond finds out where... Oh, Durin's back. Should be gone for 2 days. But he's back. And he, from like a mile away, like, I don't think he's up here. I think it's the same... Well, actually, you know what? I think the intent is that he's up here. I don't remember the exact formation of everything in the scenes and the shots that they were doing. It's either implied that he's back here or it's like behind, same distance roughly. He can pick out the dwarves, let alone the water, the waterfall that should be just echoing this entire chamber. He listens to them essentially say, oh no, that's totally where he is, on that bridge behind them, based off of where they're standing. Yep. I know where they're going now. The old mine of whatever place. Who cares? So they can just hear shit across miles through sounds that they don't care about, like that are very loud. There's a waterfall behind him. It's just loud. It's fine. Maybe, just maybe, they would have heard all the commotion at the Southlands if this was possible. I don't know, man. I don't know. Elrond goes to check out this section of old tunnel. Finds a... Is this... Oh, this might be a hidden passage. And starts singing the little verse or whatever that the kids were singing behind Disa. Man, these damn kids. These damn kids. Ridiculous. That is so stupid. Oh, I'm just gonna... That's the password. It's almost as dumb as speak friend and enter. The Elvish word for friend. Criminy. Melon. He taps the little wall. Durin is like, what the hell are you doing here, elf? I will contend they're still the best characters in the show so far. All of the dwarves. Even the little side characters. They're all the best characters so far. Elrond is a friggin' plank. A lifeless, soulless, energyless plank. Durin shows his emotions. Even the humans don't have their emotions, but the dwarves do. Because acting's supposed to be a little exaggerated. They learn about the special material, Mithril. This is why they've been mining in secrecy. But then a rock slide happens. Which, also, they went through this whole spiel. Whole spiel. Don't tell anyone about this. Don't tell a single person about the Mithril. Elrond gives his word about, what is it? Arendil? Erendil. Erendil. That's his dad. Erendil. Not Elendil. Different person. And you can tell by the subtitles, it's not right here. It's a different person. So my confusion in the last episode when I find out who there's an Elendil, maybe it's the light of Arendil. Look, I'm not a big lore guy, so I don't really know. Kind of ridiculous. Figured out my confusion from that episode, but during this, here's the Mithril. Check out this cool metal thing that looks like a crystal. Metal, but it's a crystal. Elrond tries to give it back to Durin. Nah, you can keep it. Excuse me? You're hiding this shit away from the world, but the first person who comes down here, you're like, you're my friend. You can have it. Just keep it. It's a symbol of our friendship. It's not like someone's gonna find that piece of Mithril and be like, the hell is this thing? This is cool. Where'd you get this? What are you thinking? God. So a rock slide happens, and they scurry away. Then we've got this kind of, oh my god, bland. Arian. She's a bland character. There's nothing to her. Nothing. We needed more womanliness in our show. There's nothing here. This contrived love plot of, oh no, I just splashed water on you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just this love story that no one cares about. As in my notes, Isildur's sister sucks. That's simple. Galadriel's been pacing for like 6 hours in the cells. Just back and forth. And then Hallbrand over here. Oh yeah, I know everything about everything. You look like a horse, and you act like a horse. It's basically what he says. He's got some funny one-liners in here. But they come to take her away, haha. They're coming to take her away, ho ho, hee hee, haha. But then she escapes. This genius lets her go. Because of whatever the hell Hallbrand says, like, once you know where she's going, you'll want her to go. What? She's going to see the king. And that's pretty obvious. I guess he's wondering about the king too. But then we've got more bland Isildur Eonir. I don't know how to say her name. And I'm not gonna try anymore. They're talking. Oh, you fucked up your life again. Oh, plank. Bland. Less seasoned than, I don't know, my mother's cooking. Good lord. Oh, and then, oh, she escaped. The elf escaped. And then the Queen Regent, and Galadriel talk for a bit. See, the king is actually sick, and few people know how much of his decline is so sad. So I trust you now that you see that he's sick. What? I trust you now that you've seen that he's sick. That's basically what happens. For fucking 10 minutes, I swear to God. We find out why they're so scared. Because they have a Palantir. Hey, I recognize that from Lord of the Rings. They actually can say Palantir as well. That's a shock. And then she says like the elvish word Palantiri. Palantiriel, whatever the hell. So apparently there's 7 of them. You have not seen what I have seen. This literally, this fucking bitch. I just said it again. No, YouTube, don't cancel me. She flips the script on Galadriel and says, "You have not seen what I have seen." Maybe not to those words. But remember first episode? You have not seen what I have seen. This is not the Palantir you've seen before. Oh my god, it's so stupid. They've got like 3 lines they have to reuse every episode, I swear to God. It's awful. This effect that's used right here, I don't think I can. It looks like the orb is cracking and then all of a sudden it's like third person again. I don't understand why these shows can't just respect the audience to go into first person. If you're gonna do something like this, just go into first person. But no, they have this like ice cracking. I probably can't click it. No, you can't even see it on the thumbnail. I'm not going to be able to hit it, but ice cracking. Hope that doesn't demonetize me or whatever. I don't have any watchers of this shit. Ice cracking effect then all of a sudden becomes like a new screen. It's like an advanced version of the screen wipe of a Star Wars screen wipe. That's essentially it. It's just like screen wipe to her vision. And it's not like there's effects happening in this that show, oh, she's in a vision. I mean, granted, it's very easy to tell, especially with the waves crashing down on her. She sees the great wave as well. As shown in the beginning of the episode from the Queen. Stupid. Some say that it will never come to pass. She explains to Galadriel, whatever her name is, explains to Galadriel that she's the reason why this is going to happen. But it's Numenor's fault. But she's the reason. But I don't get it. They have a little spat back and forth. Galadriel has to leave, no matter what. They're just chilling. These people are chilling. Woods are all bare, animals all fled. Why are they still living here? Why don't they just leave? But no, we got Kid who comes back. God, where is my son? Where's Theo? I don't know. Where is he? We have this little escape sequence where he's making all the noise in the world, but the orcs don't hear it. And finally he gets caught. Ah, I made it out. Easy. Maybe losing your arm will loosen your lips. He starts swinging and big reveal. Arondir has escaped? No. Now what I was talking about earlier with Arondir's scene, they let him go to deliver a message. They let him go. Process that for a second. They've been trying to be sneaky getting across the Southlands, building this giant trench that, I mean, you could see from space, let alone across, like, from a mountain. Oh, we know a couple people from a mountain. They let him go to give a message. So that whole scene from last episode where multiple elves die, because for some reason they all got caught with their elf ears that can hear for miles, remember, through things that are loud. They all get caught too and die, but Arondir survives and then is let go. Good God. The stupidest friggin' decision from Adar. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's see, I'm looking at my notes again. This is all caps. They did let Arondir go. What the fuck? Adar is retarded. That's all I can say about that. Also, side note. Orc gets stabbed by a sword. And I think we might not be able to see it right here. Guess what he also has with him? A bow and arrows. Are you friggin' kidding me? A bow and arrow. Where did he get these? He just got his equipment back too? So they let him go and gave him his equipment back. He didn't even have a quiver. If you remember from like episode 2. Didn't even have a quiver. This show is dog shit. So they're escaping the army of orcs to the scene that totally isn't. It's not the Boromir scene, guys. We're not trying to harken back to Boromir. We're not trying to harken back to Boromir. It's all in slow-mo. There's arrows raining down. Kid gets hit. But we're not, I promise, we're not talking about it. They make it to the field. And the sun comes out. Again. I said sun goes down earlier. Sun comes out tomorrow. Or whatever day it is. I guess it's tomorrow. So, hang on. I'm gonna put these pieces together for you. That kid was sitting in the well from daylight the day previous to nighttime and was in the water of that well for hours. Enough that it's now daylight the next day. Holy shit. That's stupid. Their sense of time and urgency in this show is awful. Now, for me, personally, one of my biggest criticisms of the Peter Jackson trilogy is the lack of the sense of time. In a way, it kind of feels like, I mean, they go through multiple days, of course. What is essentially, if I remember right from the books, a 7-month journey feels like it's maybe 1 month max. Now, there's also a lot of time in between because it's like 20 years between Bilbo leaving for Rivendell and Frodo leaving on his journey. Because Gandalf goes and figures out what the ring is. There's a pretty big gap between Gandalf leaving the party and Bilbo leaving his party and Frodo leaving for the adventure to start the Lord of the Rings. It's not exactly conveyed that well in the Peter Jackson films, but that's my biggest gripe. That's kind of, I mean, who cares about the portrayal of time? I don't. I really don't. Those films are great. This, they can't even get a day rate. Come on now. Have they been running in the woods for hours? Has he really been sitting in a well for hours? He had no opportunity to leave before then? It's dumb. It's real dumb. They're saved by the light. Long as I can see the light. We got trailer scene of Disa singing to the mountains because they want to save the dwarves. I mean, there's nothing spectacular about this. It's just she's singing to the mountain to save the dwarves. And once again, Durin in the oh, he shut it down. He's showing emotion. She's showing emotion. Even the hottest coal's eventually cool. Trying to keep him calm. They're allowed to be characters. And then Elrond comes in here with some hoity-toity. And it's like exposition somehow tied to some point he's trying to make about talking to your father more. There's been so many, like, this is a theme That's in a lot of television, a lot of stories. Enjoy the time with the people that you love, because they will be gone. And you'll wish you had more time with them. He essentially says this in some weird convoluted, hey, my father's the evening star now. Why do you need to talk about that? It's... he's such a plank. I hate Elrond so much. Okay, I'll go talk to him. And then they kind of... their friendly banter back and forth. It's fun. Everything good about this show is the dwarves. Still. From set design, to characters, to writing. Even the king, where you're kind of like, oh, I like Durin more. You want to, like, feel for Durin more. He's kind of more of the character you're following. This is his dad, so fuck you, dad. Even the king, he's right. He basically gives Durin the, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. I'm with you, my son, forever. Even in my anger, there's nothing to forgive, is what he says. That's a pretty deep line. At least it seems like it, right? What is he implying? At first glance, it's like, oh, you're just... it's fine. There's nothing to forgive. There's no reason to forgive, because I'm with you. You're my son. On second thought, there's nothing to forgive. As in, like, ostracizing. It's not exactly easy to tell what he means by this. I don't think there's a hatred there. Might be the first way. But he's gonna go with Elrond to Leonir, whatever it's called. Leonil. Find out what's going on. And now, we're out of the doors. Now we're back to men. Great. Stoic elf again. The elves suck. I still like this character. I feel like he could be stoic. But why are all the elves like this? Especially Galadriel. Christ. They talk. Thank you for saving my son. I'm going to give the leader of the enemies of my master, he says master, this message. So, my guy here has turned to the dark side. Except he's here. This is the message he gives the message that they're coming. Leave the lands or die. That's about it. Kind of stupid. They let him go just to say, hey, leave the lands. Y'all could do that with one orc. You don't have to send an elf. But no. We've got Theo, the boy, who's an idiot again. Who's like, oh, I'm looking at the ring, up the sword, the ring, the sword, the sword. They just want the sword to be the ring. Stupid. Turns out this is who he got the hilt from. The totally not the leader of the company, the men, but is the leader, but isn't, because it's Bronwyn. Whatever. You've seen the mark too. Come off it, lad. You've got it. He says some weird, like, oh, our master's coming. Oh, we're on their side. So this implies you didn't need King Arondir either. This could have been the message giver. This could have been the message giver. But no. We need ADAR to let our hero go. For some reason. For the totally not Boromir scene. And that leads us to our final scene. Oh. I don't get this at all. They let her go. Go in peace in Quenya. Still don't understand. She's just standing in this boat. Guys, she's just... You can sit down, you know. There's a little ways to the ship. Sit down? No? There's a seat here. There's a clear seat. Just sit down. You know how hard it is to stand on a boat? It's moving. It's being rowed. It's not easy. But yeah, sure, just keep standing. And then the white tree of whatever, Numenor. The petals of the white tree, when they fall, it's a message. And so they are gonna go attack the west, I guess. The end. That's about it. What an episode, guys. All of Numenor was bullshit. Just annoying. Utterly worthless. The dwarf scenes are cool. Still enjoy them. Oh, I forgot about the end. They're all basically saying, I will join. I will save her. I'll protect her. Whatever. They're all saying, oh, I'm going to join to help the queen. Really reminded me of when Frodo said, I will take the ring. I will take it. I will take it. No, I will take it. I will take it. It's killing me, guys. Utterly killing me. So that is our lovely Rings of Power show, episode 4. If you like this, hit the like button, do the subscription down below, all that stuff, all the YouTube stuff that we gotta say at the end because YouTube stuff. Thanks for stopping by, checking it out. If you made it this far, smooches. I'll talk to you later.